Hello and welcome to the Superscript New Comic Minute for the week of Wednesday, January 11th. We are here to tell you about the new books we are excited about reading today. It's a light week this week, but there's some real good ones in here. So, Nick, you want to take it away?
Sure. This week, I am looking to the beginning of the end of the DC Universe as we know it. Lazarus Planet Alpha. This is going to be a big event for DC, setting up Dawn of DC.
Dawn of
Is that what
DC.
it is? Yeah. So this will be a series of one-shots and also tie into Monkey Prince, Batman and Robin, Wonder Woman, some other books as well. So looking forward to this and seeing what's gonna come next for DCU. Then Miles Morales Spider-Man number 2, issue 1 was really good. Cody Ziegler on this. So yeah, issue 1 was a lot of fun. Looking forward to reading issue 2 of the new Miles Morales Spider-Man. And then also in Spider-Man land, we've got Dark Web. The Dark Web event, if you've been following that or want to be reading the Dark Web, then Mary Jane Black Cat number 2 and The Amazing Spider-Man number 17 both tie in to that. Then also, we've got Batman, The Adventures Continue Season 3. This series has been really great. The first 2 seasons were excellent, so if you're a fan of like Batman animated series, then this is going to be right up your alley. So very much looking forward to Season 3 of this. Then we have The Avengers War Across Time. So this is a one-shot that is set in old Avengers timeline. So just kind of a one-shot kind of plopped into old Avengers continuity there. Some really nice art in here. Looks like by Alan Davis. Some really nice art in that if you like some old style Avengers. With some purple shorts, Hulk, and all that. Then, last one for me here. Really looking forward to this. Black Cloak, new one by Kelly Thompson, put out by Image. I don't know much about this other than it looks like some kind of cool sci-fi. I don't know what all is going to happen in here, but it looks really good. I always like Kelly Thompson's stuff, and the art in this by Meredith McLaren.
Yeah,
it's really
cool. She did the
really
color
interesting.
too.
Yeah. It's really, I don't know how to describe this look, but it is a very unique style. Kind of like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it reminds me of something, but I don't know what. It looks really cool, so I'm looking forward to that. Black Cloak. So that's my stuff.
That's
for the
on
week.
my list for this week.
Yeah.
That first Lazarus Planet too. They're kind of like pulling out all the stops of the town on that, and Mark Wade is I think the main story in that. And I know the one that comes out next week, friend of the store, Frank Barbery's got a story in. Yeah, that one has a electric blue Superman on the cover, which if you even know what that means, you were also hanging out in comic shops when you were 10 and are in your early 30s. I've got a bunch of stuff. So I'm gonna start with kind of a weird one. So Jeff Lemire's Swamp Thing Green Hell. This is a 3-part thing. Elliot, or rather Nick, I'll ask you the question instead of pretending to ask myself. Didn't we already see an issue 1 of Swamp Thing Green
I thought so. I thought
Hell?
it looked familiar.
Okay, we did a year ago.
Yeah.
Over a year ago, when the series was supposed to start and then be 3 issues. You know, it's Black Label prestige format, so it would be every other month. And then issue 2 never came out. This time, issue 2 is going to come out, and so is issue 3. They finished it, but because it's been so long, they are reselling issue 1 again because it's entirely possible some of you didn't even read comics yet when this came out because it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Jeff Lemire.
You might not have even been born.
Well, then you're probably still not reading comics,
I don't know.
But hard to say.
It might be.
Jeff Lemire,
fast learner.
favorite of mine, favorite of everybody's at the store, really. Big Superscript favorite. Swamp Thing, also a favorite of the store, I would say. Tends to be a resting place for a lot of DC top talent, or just top talent in general. Dating all the way back to Alan Moore. But So I'm excited because I totally forgot what happened in issue 1 of this that I read over a year ago. So I'm going to be picking this up and reading it. But yeah, if you missed the first one, if you already have the first one, it's not a different comic. We'll gladly sell it to you again, but you don't need to pick it up. And if you did not, the rest of it is done. They have solicited issue 2 and 3 already, so you can go ahead and rest assured that you'll be able to finish the story within this first quarter of the year. Then I am really excited about Photon, Monica Rambeau Photon issue 2. Issue 1 was great. It's written by Eve Ewing, who is one of my favorite, like, not just comics writers, but also scholarly writers. She writes a lot of really good, sociological stuff. Got into writing comics through her colleague Ta-Nehisi Coates getting into writing comics. Really interesting voice. But yeah, Photon issue 1 was really good. Really like it. And then tonally completely different. Could not be farther afield. We have Rick and Morty versus Cthulhu. Not something I'd normally... I mean, I like Rick and Morty fine, but it's not something I would normally be excited, except for Jim Zub's writing it. And he's a good pick to write something goofy like this. So I think this will probably be pretty funny, because Zub writes... he does comedy very, very well. Pivoting once again to Nemesis. So this I should have done after Swamp Thing Green Hell, because if there's anything that took longer to come out than Swamp Thing Green Hell, it is the second part of the Nemesis story. This was originally, I think, 3 or 4 issues. Came out when I was 18, so it came out in 2003 or 4, if memory serves. And then it was to be continued in Nemesis Volume 2, which Mark Millar has written now in 2022, the far future. What if someone had Bruce Wayne-like resources and they used to be a supervillain instead of a superhero just because they were bored? So yeah, definitely worth checking out. And then we also have another start. There's a lot going on in the store right now, this morning. Tell you about it later. Danger Street issue 2 by Tom King. So these are Tom King doing what he does best for DC, which is revisiting some things people don't know about, or bringing like a modern context to things that have not received very modern treatment, like our contemporary treatment, I guess, like Adam Strange or Rorschach or some of those things, and doing it for PC Black Label. Danger Street is based on DC first issues. They did a DC first issue of a whole bunch of characters. Some of them do pop back up, like Dr. Fate and some other characters, but some of them, like famously Lady Cop, do not receive did not become long-running DC mainstays.
Not yet.
So Danger Street is Tom King writing every one of those DC first issues from that series in the 80s, and I do believe there's a like a meta narrative that ties through the whole thing, but I'm not positive on that because I've only read the first issue. But yeah, probably the most exciting book I read last month was for DC was Danger Street issue 1. And then another pivot. So Nick normally is the one who talks about manga, because I'm a student of manga.
Right to left.
I cannot read right to left.
But you're learning.
I've been practicing. But there are 2 manga I'm really excited about this week. And one, a customer hipped me to, but The Girl from the Other Side, the second omnibus hardcover, volume 2, is out. I really liked the first one. It's
very cool.
Very like spooky sort of, but like hauntingly spooky sort of story, I guess.
It's got that like whimsical but creepy look to it.
Yeah, that's a good way of describing it. But yeah, it's art style is really interesting, not something I had seen before. So this definitely piqued my interest and made me relearn to read right to left, because oh boy, when we talk about when there were like 3 mangas we were aware of when we were kids.
Yeah,
Ghost in the Shell was one of them.
Right,
it was super cool. There was a poster for Ghost in the Shell in the bathroom of the comic shop I hung out at, and I was like, what the hell is that? And then I think I rented the VHS tape. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think it was that far back that I would have been renting VHS, but it was one of the very first anime that I got into.
Yeah.
One of the first manga I read, and there's some really cool stuff there. But this is the complete Ghost in the Shell, human error processor, and Ghost in the Shell man-machine interface.
Cool.
All in here. So, yeah, this is like one of the best. And this is a really nice volume. It's well bound.
A lot of it's in color too. Yeah.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
And it looks so good.
Yeah.
This still looks like crazy. This is like, I mean, this is probably my introduction to cyberpunk as well.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
a genre.
right.
But yeah, so really stoked about that. That's all we got this week. So it was easy for us to keep it under a minute. Sorry that my phone's been beeping the whole time, and then I keep waving to people off camera as they enter and exit our store and measure things. And yeah, exciting developments ahead. So we'll stay tuned for those. Let us know, as always, what you are excited for in the comments, whether you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. And we'll see you soon.
See you
Take
later.
care.